Hey up. One thing I know for sure, my friends, is that it's taken me the larger part of my 58 years to get to where I am today. I don't mean where I physically am, sat here in Ully Country Park, talking to my phone, and having people walking past me going. But I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. And it's taken me a long time to be so. But it struck me on the back of several conversations that I've had lately that more so than ever, we're surrounded by people who we think we know really well. We think they know us really well. But one thing's for sure, each and every one of us, from our parents to our children, to our best friends, work colleagues, the person you might sit next to on public transport, the cashier in the supermarket, whatever, we're all travelling along the path of life, the life that's been deemed to be ours, at different speeds. We're reacting and dealing with it in different ways, and each and every one of us, for sure, is fighting some battle or other that not many, if any, other people know anything about. It's vitally important for me now, at this point in my life, to help people to understand that whoever and whatever we are, she says, I'm just deciding to go for a little walk down here. It's vital for me these days to understand that whoever and whatever we are, that we're all of us enough. Essentially, each and every one of us are enough just the way we are. It doesn't matter who or what we are. It doesn't matter what we do for a living. It doesn't matter our creed, our colour, our culture, our sexuality, our education level, whether we're pretty or clever or whatever. We're enough. We're enough to the degree that we should none of us ever be subject to fear and worry about the way that we're perceived by other people. That's not to say that we shouldn't actually care what they think. We shouldn't actually worry about what they think about us. Top tip: if wherever you are in your life today, she says, just noticing she's got a lot of grey hair there. Wherever you are in your life today, think about it like this. None of us know what we don't know. And that includes what we don't know about ourselves. It includes what we don't know about other people. And it also includes, surprise, surprise, what they don't know about us. Now, most people in our lives don't need to know much about us. Some people need to know something about us. And lots of people don't need to know anything about us. Other than, hello, Mummy Swan, and 1, 2, 3, Mummy, Daddy Swan, and four geese. No, 4 swans even. We don't know what we don't know. It's as simple as that. Regardless of the situation, there are always two sides to it. And when we combine the fact that there are two sides to every story, every time, without exception, with the also fact that none of us know what we don't know, it's a very short leap. It's a very short leap to then understand that if somebody is fed up with us, ticked off, annoyed because we're late or absent, or we've said something that they've misconstrued, incidentally, you're responsible for what you say. Remember that. You are responsible for what you say. You're not responsible for how other people interpret it. Think about that. So, in other words, think about your words, choose them wisely, because it can be misconstrued and it can get us into trouble. But going back to what we don't know, the fact of the matter is this: if we don't know something, we don't know it. Do the people we know and love need to know everything about us? I would suggest not. Do the people we know and love who matter to us and perhaps to whom we have responsibilities need to know something about us? The answer to that is almost certainly yes. But the question is, what do they need to know? If you've got an issue with somebody, a problem, and it's repeated and it keeps getting repeated, it's never resolved, and no matter how much you try, then your friend, your neighbour, your spouse, your teacher, whoever, doesn't respond appropriately to your needs, you're not telling them something. You're absolutely not telling them something, either because you don't want to, you're scared to, or more likely you think it's none of their bloody business, why should I have to tell them that anyway? Yet if you're struggling from stress and overwhelm, etc., then you clearly need to tell somebody something. We have the power of choice. Choose the people you speak to wisely. Give yourself a break. Remember that no man's an island, and we all of us, without exception, need somebody to bounce our ideas off, offload, clear our brain space, have headspace like I'm doing here at the minute in Olney Valley Country Park, and to understand that it's okay not to be okay. However, sometimes we need to help others to help us by them being able to be empathetic or understanding. They can only do that if they have all the facts. Don't tell everybody every single aspect of your business. That's a surefire recipe for disaster. But be mindful of the people who you need to tell whatever information it is you need to divulge in order to put a situation to rest or to resolve a situation, or more importantly, to give yourself a break and some headspace, and to understand that in doing so, that's fine. Not sure how to do it? There's a simple exercise. Get a sheet of paper. If you want a worksheet, I can supply you with it, no problem. Just drop me a line, I'll just send you one over for free, that's not a problem. Divide it into 4. What do I think about myself? Top left hand corner, what do I think about myself? Top right hand corner, what do I know about myself? Top right hand corner. Bottom left hand corner, what do other people think about me? What do other people think about me? Bottom left hand corner. Final quadrant on the page, what do other people need to know? What do they need to know about me? If anything in any of the other 3 quadrants are identical or similar enough to be classed as a match to anything you write in the they need to know about me column, that's what they need to know. Everything else is your discretion. Tell them if you want to, tell them if you see fit, tell them if it will make a difference to their lives or yours or somebody else's. But if they don't need to know it, use your discretion. The entire world thought they knew I was an alcoholic. They were right, but it took me to be sober for 3 years before I confirmed it publicly, before I came out of that particular closet, as it were, and it was no surprise to anybody, including me at that point. But the point is, until that time, I didn't appreciate how much some people actually needed to know. Employers, friends who I'd left by the wayside several years previous because I was too embarrassed to fess up and all that business. Guess what? Life improves when we're totally honest with ourselves. Life improves for sure when we're totally honest, combining it with compassion and integrity with other people about ourselves, not giving them opinions about themselves. And life improves because there are no more skeletons in the closet. And if you're in the unfortunate position where somebody is holding sway over you because they think they know something about you that they're going to use against you in some way, decide who needs to know, tell them, and don't be afraid of the consequences, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, there won't be any. Okay, so there endeth today's lesson, the first of many Facebook Lives. At this point, all that remains for me to say to you is enjoy your evening, have an amazing time, whatever you do, and when it comes down to it, if it comes to being kind or right to somebody, be kind, because you'll be right every time. And somewhere along the line, find the courage to have who you really are, to be who you really are, I should say, because when you find that courage, you'll definitely be able to fear less and live a whole lot more. I promise you. What do people really need to know? See you later.